CSR, corporate social responsibility. What the heck is that, and why is it so important in our community? I've spent most of my career either owning a small business or working for a small business, and I as an individual have contributed to nonprofits by spending time and resources and energy and expertise helping these local nonprofits advance their causes. But there's a flip side to that coin. There are these big corporations that donate millions of dollars to these small charities all over the United States. Do they do it because it feels good to give back, or is there some ulterior motive that they're looking at to help their bottom line? So today I'm hanging with my buddy Francisco, who has spent most of his career working for corporate America, and we're going to find out the answer to that question. Why do these big companies give back?
Yeah, good question, Howie. It's great to be here with you today. I'm a pretty positive person, so for me, the glass is half full. I'd like to believe that they do this really to give back to the community. It just feels good. I mean, I was lucky as a kid. My parents, through our church, through the community, we always found ways to give back. If it was turkeys at Thanksgiving, gifts for the holidays, feeding the homeless, it just makes you feel good and it's memorable. And I think our corporations, when it comes to doing something that's meaningful, this is a great way, to make our coworkers feel good, and also just for coworker retention and to make sure that we're giving back in the communities where we work and where we live.
So in your current role, how do you encourage your staff, your employees and coworkers to give back?
A lot of different ways. So technically at TD SYNNEX, I lead our cloud data and IoT division for North America, but I also sit in a lot of our boards within the company. So I'm the executive sponsor for our business resource group called Fuerza, which is specific to the Hispanic and Latinx population. We have business resource groups though for women, for military, for different ethnicities within the company. But what we do is we're always doing different things with the community. We align to a lot of different local charities, but in addition to that, our North America president, Peter Larocque, he's just a great person. So he cares about our coworkers, our people, and he cares about community. He started a charitable, call it a drive, in 2011. It's under the umbrella Share the Magic. He's raised over $14 million over the last 10 years, and it's just picking up momentum. We've done a lot of things here locally in San Antonio. We want to really bolt onto that engine and be a little bit more intentional in how we give back to the community and the opportunities that we offer our coworkers here at TD SYNNEX.
So how does a small local nonprofit in any city get the attention of a Fortune 500 company like yours?
Yeah, good question. It's not always easy. I think probably a good approach is that you need to see what they stand for. So if you look at, in the case of TD SYNNEX, and you look at Share the Magic, we have 3 pillars. So it's children, it's wellness, and the wellness goes into overall health and even helping fight diseases like cancer or heart disease. And the last one is digital divide. So we want to make sure that everybody in the community has access to technology. And it's not only the endpoints and the devices, but even things like connectivity to make sure that they can be productive and collaborate if it's at work, at school, or even in their personal life.
So are you saying these nonprofits should maybe go to the corporate website and see what kinds of things they stand for, what they give to, and then make an application that way?
Absolutely. In addition to that, I'd recommend, usually with a large enough corporation, they're actually going to have a CSR leader. So find out who that leader is. It might sit within the HR, the communications department, but I would do that as well.
Have you, in your experience in corporate America, ever had a nonprofit reach out to the company cold and then you end up funding them in some way, shape, or form?
So I haven't personally had that experience, Howie, but absolutely that's happened within TD SYNNEX. A lot of where we align to the local charities is that someone within our organization is passionate about something. It's children, it's cancer, it's feeding the homeless, it's wellness. So we really listen to our coworkers, and then we'll work with them with that local organization. And what's nice is usually, since they come up with that idea or to align with that organization, they're very passionate about it. And we have a great DNA and culture within TD SYNNEX where we like to give back, and when our coworkers are passionate about a certain cause or an organization, it makes it that much better and really drives better results.
Francisco, one thing I say to people all the time is don't wait until you feel the right time to do things are. So you want to do things now, yesterday, get involved in some way, shape, or form, and like you, figure out that perhaps it's not the ideal time to sit on a board, but it may be the right time to help generate more publicity for that nonprofit within your organization and find the right people that could then sit on the board. So there's always some opportunity to work with a nonprofit, even if you don't have the wherewithal, the time, the resources to help them by actually sitting on the board or writing a check that time. But the connection and staying connected, I think, is what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I agree. And I think sometimes we almost underestimate what we can give back. You know, things to us that might seem like table stakes or just a normal way we do business, that could be very valuable for a nonprofit. You know, we've had instances where we had executives come in that help with strategic planning, and we're helping to purchase real estate, you know, tax questions, accounting. You know, a lot of these things where we think of it as business as usual, it's a huge impact to these organizations. So, you know, and one thing, Howie, I'll just, I'll give you some kudos here. It's inspiring how you're so involved with so many different organizations within the community. You're almost omnipresent. So I'm inspired to get there one day. And, you know, one quote, you said this, one of the awards that you're accepting a while back, for some of, you know, the impact that you've had in the community, and it was the Winston Churchill quote, which I love. So I don't know if you know that, but I literally love that quote. So, you know, it's
you make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give.
That's exactly, and I love that quote, and it just inspires me, and I hope it inspires others just to do more and to give back in the community and just in your life. It's going to make you feel better, it makes you a better human being, and you know, all kidding aside, I think it's going to help you live longer.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So yeah. I'll close with another quote that maybe can not transplant the other one, but another one you can add on to. And here it is. Life is a mirror. It reflects back on you what you are. It doesn't give you what you want, what you think you deserve, or what you pray for. Life reflects back on you what you are. So you put in good, you get back good. Thank you, buddy. There you go. CSR, corporate social responsibility. Now you know.